Hello and welcome to episode 14 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. It's time to get started with Accrington, Stanley. It's time for us to figure out who our new fan favourites are going to be. The squad's all kind of settled. We have had 2 transfers since you were last here. It was mostly just me bringing in a couple of left backs just to bolster the squad. So we'll see him here. Bo Beresford, again, 5-star potential, coming in on a free transfer. And Finley Monroe, again, 5-star potential, coming on a free transfer. And that's just for development purposes moving forward. We weren't able to attract the high ability players that we'd want to for an instant success. So what we've had to do is go for increasing the potential of the players. So as you can see there, huge amount of potential ability in the squad. So it's going to take 1, maybe 2 seasons to develop them in. Again, you have to ignore some of the players that are here at the minute because I brought a whole load of players in on trial. And them trials should end in a day or so, but they're going to be here for the first game of the season. And again, I'll just show you through the under-23s and under-18s again. Huge amount of potential in there. Lots of players we can potentially bring in as the seasons go on. So yeah, exciting times ahead. I don't think it's going to be an instant challenge for the top of the league. I think much like we had with Curzon Ashton, it's going to take 1 or 2 transfer windows to filter out the players we don't particularly want to keep. And bring in the high potential players we need moving forward. There are still a few players in on quite high wages. In terms of the scouting and wage budget, we still have a little bit left over. So if the right player becomes available or the scouts pick somebody out with a kind of A+ or A recommendation, we may dip into the transfer market and bring somebody else in. We do have 3 players in on loan now. Obviously you knew about Frondorf from Liverpool. I've just brought in Patrick Jones as cover on the right wing and Alex Mitchell at centre half. Just real last minute purchases really, and that's all because we lost another player to the transfer window. He didn't want to stay. If I can just find out where he is. So transfer out, John O'Sullivan. So he was like our main first choice right winger. Great stats, probably was our best player. He didn't want to stay following Accrington's relegation, so he's whinged, kick up a fuss, and we've had to let him go. So we'll move on. We'll carry on without him. We'll just pretend we never had him and see how we get on. So first 2 games of the season then, Leyton Orient, I believe, is one of them. Yeah, so Leyton Orient away, and then a Carabao Cup first round game against Notts County just to break up the monotony. We have had quite good results in friendlies. We got beat by Blackburn, but it's not unsurprising. But the rest of them went fairly well. And we'll see how we get on. So stay tuned. I'll click us through, I'll get us ready, and we can see how we open up the season in the first season in charge of Accrington Stanley. Welcome back. Here we go then. Starting lineup, which will be unfamiliar to those who've watched previous episodes because it's huge changes. So we've got Savin in goals, a back 4 of Morris, Nelson, Pask and Welsh Hayes, midfield 3 of Hagar, Francois and Kirby, and then a front 3 of Frondorf, Chadwick and Atete. And we hopefully have enough firepower in amongst this squad to get us off to a positive start. We are playing a similar formation to what we had previously at Curzon Ashton. We've got the midfield 3, 2 wingers, 1 out-and-out striker and a back 4. Positive mentality, and we're playing with a controlled possession. So it might take us a while to just refine them tactics to get them the way we wanted. Same as what happened in previous seasons. It'll take a little run of games, maybe 5 or 6 games, till we get a feel for what the players can do and what they're all about. But once we nail that down and kind of figure out who our first 11 is, I think we should be fairly comfortable for finishing in the playoffs. Right, let me sort this out. Every time you change club, it just messes you about a little bit. So we want Accrington, and Accrington. There we go, that's a bit more familiar. So again, here we go. Leyton Orient playing in red. Ball with our keeper. And here we go, pass playing out the back to Welsh Hayes. Frondorf, we've got on loan from Liverpool. I'm expecting a little bit of excitement out of him. So we play the ball out around the back. Nelson plays over the top to Atete, new signing. Chance for a debut goal, but it's just gone wide. And he's kind of going to be pretty pivotal in our season, really. Our main choice striker left, again, because he didn't want to stay. We've brought in Atete, who's got high potential. he's probably not quite right at the current ability that we wanted. He's certainly not going to be a Rob Parker. But if we get him on form, we get him trained and we get him to develop quickly, he may be able to just stay in that first team slot and we'll develop him into a higher league striker. But we'll see how it gets on. Hayes with a throw in on the right hand side. Frondorf back to Kirby. Again, playing good possession football into Haygarth, and he's put one wide as well. Another one we snapped up in the free transfer market. Again, we've built an all right squad. I think we're kind of tipped for just above mid half of the table, but we're expected by the board to finish in the playoffs. I just think it's going to take a little while to pan out who the best players are. Again, the wing positions, I don't want to say they're weak, but they're probably not as strong as we would like. I mean, we were spoiled last season with an outstanding front three. And this season, it's going to take us a little while to develop them. Possibly 1 or 2 seasons to put in a real title challenge. But again, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you think we've done all right in the transfer window? Have you got any favourites? Who do you think is going to be the standout player of the season? I'm thinking Francois we paid a little bit of money for. I think he might be the one who really performs in that middle of the park area. Kirby, who's already at the club, he's probably our best current ability player. Pask's quite a good player. Nelson looks all right. Frondorf's coming on loan from Liverpool. Tete is going to be our promising young striker. It's just a case of piecing them puzzles together. As the ball goes into Frondorf, he breaks down the right side back to Welsh Hayes, to Francois. Ball coming back as we have a patient build up to the game. And it's gone all the way back to the keeper, Nelson and Kirby. Francois looks for Haygarth, back to a Tete. Chadwick, Haygarth, Morris cuts it across, and this Francois chance to get a goal in his debut. But again, positive and promising play, just not quite the end product we want. Chadwick's not having a great game, so we'll see what options we've got on the bench. Oakley Cannoneer, again, one of the young players who's coming through, kind of a reserve striker, but again, we can develop him into the roles we need him for, and if that's attacking midfielder on the left, that's where he will go. We'll make another change at right back as well. Welsh Hayes starting to flag a little bit in the early season. No shots on target as of yet, but I would argue that we'd had the best chances of the game so far. 20 minutes to go. Not too bad a start if we can get away with a point away at Leyton Orient. Again, we've got to throw in down this left-hand side. Ball over the tops to nowhere. And it looks like Leyton Orient might be able to fashion a chance of their own with 20 minutes to go as they play the ball through the midfield. Again, we've missed the opportunities to win the ball back. But again, he's offside, so it's given us a little bit of respite. We'll stick a man marking on him. Frondorf as well, having a quiet game on the right-hand side. Haygarth tiring. 10 minutes to go. Just a case of seeing it out, really. 7 minutes. It's not been a vintage performance. There's a couple people maybe not quite performing to the expectation we want initially. But like I said, it's going to take 5 or 6 games for people to get in the groove. Back four's played particularly well. It's just that kind of front three area, and it may take a little bit of tweaking. Them midfield three roles, that's certainly not what we had at Curzon Ashton. Normally I like to have a ball-winning fit midfielder, maybe a Mazzala and a defensive mid. We've got a half-back attacking playmaker and a Mazzala, which we might need to tighten up as we move forward, but we will see. As we go into injury time, it looks like we're going to kick off with a point away at Leyton Orient, which isn't too bad. I look where they were fancied for the league, but I would imagine they were probably one of the front runners in terms of the media prediction. So I'm not too disappointed with a point. And again, as we get a little bit better, we'll start converting some of them chances in the dominating of play and see how we get on. So let me just have a quick look at where Leyton Orient were in terms of media predictions to see if we've done all right there or if we've dropped a ball. So there you go. They were tipped for 6, so they're a little bit higher than we are in the prediction. So that's actually not too bad a result. It's everyone who's expected to be below us. That's where we want to make the bulk of our points up. So I'll click through. I'll get us ready for the cup game, We'll see if we can put on a performance in the cup, maybe progress to the next round. But again, as always, the league is the priority. That's the one you're assessed on. That's the one where we're trying to get to the Premier League. So if we have to expend the cup to concentrate on the league, that's exactly what we'll do. So stay tuned and I'll see you shortly. Welcome back for the Carabao Cup game at home to Notts County. They're currently in the same league as us. Starting lineup for today, then we've got Savin in goals. Slight change in the back four. We've got Morris, Mitchell, Nelson and Welch Hayes. Midfield three of Francois, Kirby and Pask, who's moved forward out centre defence. And then we've got Chadwick, Jones and Atete playing in the forward three. It'd be nice to get a result in this game. We certainly put out as strong a team as we can. But we're more interested in making sure fitness of players gets up and the relationships build between them so that they can perform slightly better. I'm hoping for a better performance from players, in particular Frondorf. Just see if you can just pick up a little bit, create a few more chances, and then it'd be nice to see Atete get off the mark as well. Confidence is bred by goals for strikers, so if he could just get off the mark, it'd be fantastic. As Francois hits an early shot from range on a free kick, and my little image thing is messed up again. It's I've just messed it up. If anyone knows why this keeps doing it, please let me know. It's pretty infuriating. We'll get the stats up and then we'll get the formation up just so we can see how players are getting on. There we go. 10 games gone into it. Two shots to one. Looking okay, but again, not pulling up any trees. Good in terms of possession. It's a good test against Notts County because we're in the same division as us, so it gives us an idea, again, if we're competing right at our level. We should still be looking to dominate possession if the tactics working properly. We've certainly got the players with enough ability to do it. As Chadwick bursts down the left-hand side. Wins the ball back again. Play it through the middle to Atete, into Chadwick. And he just bends it gently into the bottom corner. So Billy Chadwick off the mark. Atete with his first assist of the season. I'm quite pleased with how it's going. Good possession. Formation's probably working, and we're against a team in our division. So all being said, a draw in the first game and some initial progress at the start of the second match. I think we've got to be happy with that. Again, I think we might be on for quite a good journey this season. Let me know in the comment section if you picked any favourites yet. I'm always a striker soft spot, so Kian Atete is probably the one I'm looking for the most to do something. Frondorf on loan from Liverpool. It'd be great if he could put in some performances, although he's not our player. And again, any of the young players we signed with high potential, just if we can see them increasing a little bit of stature, get a few goals. Oakley Cannoneer again. He'll get some games as the season goes on. Direct replacement for Atete, and he can play on either wing as well. Again, Max Haygarth, centre midfield. Another young one that's come in, and he can more than hold his own in that midfield three. So, yeah, we've certainly got options. Nobody's place is safe. But again, yeah, a good positive start to the season. Let's just see if we can get into half-time, settle the players down, settle the nerves down, and see if we can see this game out. As Notts County break through the back four and get an equaliser just before half-time. And that was a little bit too easy. That was 2 passes and they were straight through our back four, so that's slightly disappointing. And a clean sheet in the first game, and the defence actually played pretty good. With Pask sitting in that half-back position, I wouldn't expect us to offer up too many opportunities to the opposition, but again, we'll see how the game pans out. Kirby not enjoying the advanced playmaker role so much. And again, there are things I'll look to change as the games go on, because if you open yourself too much up with playmakers and Mazzalas in that midfield three, you do leave yourself a little bit open in the middle of the park, and it might be a case of bringing in a ball-winning midfielder. As it looks like just after half-time, Notts County are going to fashion a second chance. Fowler breaks through again, but he can't get the chance on target. We'll just shout a few words of encouragement. Jones not playing great on that right-hand side. And I'm not quite sure why. It might be just that the formation's not quite set up right. But Patrick Jones coming in on loan. Again, it'll take him a few games to settle in. So 1-1, just over half an hour to go. facing the next round up for grabs. And with that comes the finances, prize money for winning the game. So it would be nice from an income point of view to get it in. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take Kirby off. He's playing a 6.3. Maybe give someone like Highgarth a bit of a run out. It was recommending Harry Pell, but I want to give the youngsters a bit of a run out, see if we can develop them quicker than they will do just going through the first team training. Exposure to the matches helps their development, especially if they're playing at a high level and they're previously used to. Just over 20 minutes to go then. Again, it's petered out a little bit. We've got a few players playing all right throughout the core. Again, we just need that little spark up front. Kiana Tete with an assist, but we need one of them to leap up and be a hero. Tete struggling, so we'll get Cannoneer, gets a run out. See if he can fire his way into the Accrington Stanley history books. Just under 10 minutes to go then. Final push. A lot of players really flagging early season fitness issues as Notts County gets thrown down the left hand side. Chance to deliver it in. And again, they've just nicked it ahead. 6 minutes to go. A little bit disappointing. I think the fitness is told a little bit in there. I mean, look at them. They're pretty exhausted. It's been a fairly close game. Again, we've lost a lot of possession in that second half. We were 60-40 up at one stage. So it's drifted off a little bit. And to be honest, I think it's the makeup of that middle three. I think I'm going to swap to a defensive midfielder, a ball-winning midfielder, and then maybe leave the Mazzala on. As we have a throw-in down the right-hand side just towards the end of the game. Welsh Hayes to Haygarth. Cannoneer puts into Jones with a chance to deliver something meaningful. Back to Welsh Hayes. Pass Haygarth. Francois into Chadwick. And he gets his second goal of the game. Put the flags up for offside, so it was a little bit disappointing. Again, it would have took it to extra time, which I don't think would have done us too many favours. So we're going to drift out of the cup early doors. But like I said, it gives us a chance to concentrate on the league. I am disappointed because I love a cup. I think it's one of your better opportunities to try and win something. Maybe not so much that cup for us. FA trophy type things more kind of our level at the minute. So yeah, not the greatest way to end the episode. Still some work to do in terms of tactic refinement. We'll still keep an eye out in the market to see if there's any first team strikers we can potentially bring in. But yeah, all told, not too bad. I'll give us maybe a 6 out of 10 for a start to the season. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll deal with the press and the fallout from the match. You guys go and enjoy yourself a cup of tea or whatever it is. Settle down, enjoy yourselves, and you take care. And I'll see you in the next episode. See you soon.